It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Dalton Schultz. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Texans and the Chiefs. Next on Madden NFL 25.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And Mahomes going to put it up right away. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down. The numbers for Travis Kelce last week. 6 catches, 72 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Texans offense heading out behind their quarterback in his 2nd season. Last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, C.J. Stroud.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
The numbers for Mixon last week, the hat trick +1, 4 trips to the end zone with his legs.
And partner, you know how all the guys do when they do that little symbol now about eating, right? Keep feeding me, feeding me. They just kept feeding him, and next thing you know, he kept getting in the end zone.
Stroud out of the gun here. That one complete. It's tanked down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Texans in 10-4 on the year. And they're coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Again, it's Mixon. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. From the gun again to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? maybe just one or two receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So on fourth down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. This be a potential playoff preview down the line.
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
And it's straight. It's Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football as they've got it second down and 11. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Throwing now is Mahomes. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Here's Mahomes to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now a pause for the injury, and that is, yes, Joe Mixon clearly in some discomfort following that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have a Texans first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Now it's Mixon running right. To about the 35, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Nico Collins, 65 yards. And the Texans have regained the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now here's Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
At the 21-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And again, it's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
A gain of 5.
Mahomes going to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And the Chiefs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. And Xavier Worthy with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 14-10. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this 1st half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the 1st half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. That is caught by Dell. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Stroud. As the 1st half is winding down. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the final stages of this 1st half. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was C.J. Stroud who finished off that drive with the touchdown run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
From the 36, Mahomes. And that one too wide and incomplete. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this 1st half. Final shot before the half for Mahomes. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Great games galore here in Week 16, with a couple happening on Saturday. The second of which, Steelers and Ravens, the great rivalry at 4:30 Eastern Time. Good stuff to follow on the West Coast in the afternoon window, one being out in Las Vegas, where it will be the Raiders taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. The final adjustments taking place here for both of these squads. They're about ready for the second half in Kansas City. And for the call, we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Mixon with a first down carry. Nick Bolton there on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Houston.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. That's caught again by Schultz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And it's caught. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Mixon again. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their running back Isaiah Pacheco getting set for this next possession. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Running left to give to Pacheco. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. from the 48-yard line. Here's second and a couple. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brings up third down and 2.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon set to take over once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. They're going for it. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. They'll look to throw now on first down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
Well, partner, here's where team...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Mix it up the middle. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's a give to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 47 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. An option handoff here to Mixon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Play action. Here's Stroud. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. To throw, it's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Mahomes will throw. Quick slant to Brown. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans 16. Mahomes. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Here's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Texans' 9-yard line.
Mahomes. It's complete to Brown, right side. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Mahomes to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Mixon will try the right side. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So for Houston, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.